Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial I'll be showing you how to make this really gorgeous and simple lip motif. This was a requested tutorial, so here's a tutorial for you guys. This lip motif is the medium size, so if you would like a smaller version of this, then let me know in the comment section below and I would love to film another tutorial of the lip motif in a smaller size. Okay. This motif you can add on to any project that you desire. You can add it on to granny squares, hexagons, beanies, really much about anything, just to give a nice girly touch to your project. Okay, so if you're interested in learning how to crochet this really pretty lip motif, then please keep watching. In this tutorial, I'll be using a 4mm size crochet hook and the yarn corresponding to the size of my hook. Alright, and for the sake of the tutorial, I'll be using a lighter colored yarn so that you can see the stitches more clearly. Alright, so to begin, first you need to make a simple slip knot. Okay, you can make your slip knot whichever way you prefer. Alright, and if you would like to learn how to make the simple slip knot, then I will leave the links to my tutorials in the beginner series, so you may check those tutorials if you need to. Okay, so here I've made my slip knot. Okay, so once we are done making a slip knot, now we are ready to make our foundation chain. Okay, so for this motif you need to make a foundation chain of 14. Okay, so you need to make 14 chains. All right, so to make your foundation chain, all you need to do is make sure your crochet hook is facing up, it's facing you like so. All right, and then just place your hook below your yarn like this. All right, pull your hook down, which automatically grabs your yarn. Right, pull it down and pull it all the way through. Okay, so this right there is chain 1. Okay, this is chain 1 right here, and now you're just going to repeat that and make a total of 14 chains. Okay, so just go below your yarn like so, grab your yarn, pull it down and pull it through. Okay, so that's chain 2, chain 3, chain 4. All right, so go ahead, make your foundation chain of 14. All right, and just make sure that your chains are not too tight for this motif. Okay, because we'll be working stitches into these chains, so it's better that you don't hold your yarn too tight here. Okay, so just hold it with good tension but not too tight. Okay, and try to make your chains a little loose than normal. Okay, so go ahead and make a chain of 14. So here I've made a chain of 14. Okay, so now what you need to do is you're going to make a slip stitch into the second chain from your hook. Okay, so when you count your chains from your hook, you're not going to count this loop on your hook. Okay, rather you're going to start counting from the one below, so this one right here. Okay, so this is going to be chain 1 and this is chain 2. So you're going to make a slip stitch into this chain 2. Okay, so to make a slip stitch, all you need to do is insert your hook directly into that chain space like so. All right, grab your yarn, pull it through, right, and pull it through again. Okay, like so. So that is a slip stitch. Okay, so you're basically just going to repeat this all the way till the end. So you're just going to make one slip stitch into each chain space all the way till the end. Okay, so we just made one slip stitch here, so let's make another one into the next chain space. So this is the next chain space right here. Right, so you're just going to insert your hook directly into that chain space like so. Grab your yarn, pull it through, and then pull it through again like so. Okay, so that is a slip stitch into the next chain space. So just repeat that. So this is the next chain space here, so you're going to make another slip stitch. So insert your hook into that chain space, grab your yarn, pull it through and pull it through again. Okay, so another slip stitch into the next chain space, Okay, so you're basically just going to repeat that all the way till the end. I'll just show it to you again. So this is the chain space we just worked into, right? So we're going to work into the next chain space, so this one right here. So insert your hook into the next chain space, grab your yarn, pull it through and pull it through again. That's a slip stitch. Okay, so one slip stitch into that chain space, a slip stitch into the next chain space. Try not to make your stitches too tight. So just work your way till the end. This will make the stitches, when you're making your motif, the other rows, it will make it much more easier. So you're just making one slip stitch into each chain space all the way till the end. Okay. Try not to make it too tight. Okay. So I'm just working a slip stitch all the way till the end. This is the last one in this side. Okay, so once you reach the end, you'll get something like this. Okay, it's okay if the project is getting curved like this, that's fine. Once we work our stitches of the motif, then it will straighten out. Okay, so once you reach the end like so, you're just going to turn your motif like this. Okay, and work a slip stitch into this side of this chain. So try to show you what I mean by that. So this right here, if you can see, this is the slip knot. Okay, so you're just going to skip that. And when you turn your project like so, so all I did is, this is where we work the slip stitches, right? I just turned the project like so. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is work one slip stitch into this first chain here onto this side. Okay, just after your slip knot. So you're just going to insert your hook right there. Okay, and here if you notice, I'm not working my hook into both the loops, I'm just working into this front loop. Okay, so I'll be working in this row, I'll be working just into the front loops of the chain here. Okay, and here you're just going to work a slip stitch first. Okay, like so. Right, and now we'll start making our stitches to form the upper lip. So let's begin forming our upper lip. Okay, so here we had just slip stitched into the first chain on this side, right, on this side of our project. So we just started with one slip stitch. Right, now let's start with the actual stitches. Okay, so into the next chain space, so this one right here, we'll be working one single crochet. Okay, so when I say single crochet, I'm using the US term. So in the UK, this will be your double crochet stitch. Okay, so to make a single crochet, all you need to do is insert your hook into that chain space. All right, like so. Okay, and as you can see, I'm only working into one loop. I'm not working into both the loops, okay, because it will get a little difficult. So I'm just working into the front loop like so. Okay, all right, and then what I'm going to do is yarn over, pull through. So I've got two loops on my hook, and then I'm going to yarn over and pull through both these loops. Okay, so I just made one single crochet into this chain space right here. All right, now the next thing you're going to do is work one double crochet into the next chain space. So into this next chain space here, we're going to work one double crochet. Now again, I'm using the US term. So in the UK, this will be your treble crochet stitch. Okay, so to make a double crochet, you need to yarn over once like so. All right, and then insert your hook into the next chain space like so. Okay, grab your yarn, pull it through. you've got 3 loops on your hook, right? You're gonna yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, 2 loops on our hook. You're gonna yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops. So we just made 1 double crochet into the next chain space. Okay, now we are going to make 2 treble crochet into the next chain space. So this space right here. Okay, we are going to work 2 treble crochet. Now again, when I say treble crochet, this is the US term. So in the UK, this will be your double treble crochet stitch. Okay, so to make a treble crochet, you need to yarn over twice. Okay, like so. Okay, so you've got these 2 loops like so. Okay, and then you're going to insert your hook into that chain space. Now when you insert your hook into the chain space that you're going to be working your stitches, if you're a beginner, there's a tendency for these loops to sort of unravel, right? It might be a little difficult for you to balance these loops as well. So one tip I would like to give you, I would like to share with you, is that once you make these 2 loops, okay, once you make these 2 loops, just place your index finger on top of those loops like so, just so that they are in place. Okay, and you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so and then what you need to do is just insert your hook into that chain space, so into the next chain space like so, just the front loop. Okay, and then grab your yarn, pull it through. Right, you've got 4 loops on your hook. Okay, we're working a treble crochet stitch. Okay, and then you yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops like so. Now you've got 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops like so. Now you've got 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. So that was 1 treble crochet. Okay, into this next chain space, right? We'll be working 1 more treble crochet into the same stitch space, so into the same stitch space that we just worked into. Okay, so you're just going to repeat the same stitch. So you're going to yarn over twice like so. Okay, making these 2 loops on your hook. Place your index finger on top of those loops if you're worried about them getting untangled. Okay, insert your hook into the same stitch space we just worked into. Okay, grab your yarn, pull it through. You've got 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. So what we just did is we worked 2 treble crochets into the chain space here. Okay, so we worked 2 treble crochets into the next chain space. Okay, all right. Now what you're going to do is work 1 double crochet into the next chain space. So this space right here. Okay, so this is the chain space we just worked into. So now we're moving on to the next one. So this one right here, and we are working 1 double crochet. Okay, so you're going to yarn over once like so. Insert your hook into the next chain space, just 1 loop. Okay, just the front loop. Grab your yarn, pull it through. You've got 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops. So we worked 1 double crochet into the next chain space. Okay, now we are going to work 1 half double crochet into the next chain space. Okay, so this is the chain space we just worked into, right? Now we're going to work into the next chain space, so this one right here, and we are working 1 half double crochet. So when I say half double crochet, this is again the US term. So in the UK, this will be your half treble crochet stitch. Okay, so to make that, you're going to yarn over once like so. Okay, insert your hook into the next chain space, just 1 loop. Okay, grab your yarn, pull it through. You've got 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops. Okay, so that is 1 half double crochet. All right, and then into the next stitch space we are working 1 single crochet. Okay, this will form the cupid's bow of your upper lip. Okay, so into the next chain space, so this one right here, we are working 1 single crochet. So you're going to insert your hook directly into that chain space, into the loop. Okay, grab your yarn, pull it through. You've got 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through both the loops. Okay, so we worked 1 single crochet there. Okay, so this is half of your upper lip done. Okay, so we're just going to basically repeat this onto this side till we reach the other end here. Okay, so we just worked 1 single crochet. Right now, into the next stitch space here, into the next chain space, we are working 1/2 double crochet. So you yarn over once, insert your hook into the next chain space, just 1 loop, grab your yarn, pull through. You've got 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops. So that's 1/2 double crochet. Right into the next chain space, so this space right here, we'll be working 1 double crochet. Okay, so you yarn over once like so, insert your hook into the next chain space. Right, grab your yarn, pull it through. We've got 3 loops on our hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. 2 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops. So we worked 1 double crochet into the next chain space. Now we will be working 2 treble crochets into the next chain space. So this space right here, we'll be working 2 treble crochet stitches. So you need to yarn over twice like so. Hold your yarn if you need to. Insert your hook into the next chain space. Grab your yarn, pull through. We've got 4 loops on our hook. You can yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. So that's 1 treble crochet. You're going to work 1 more into the same stitch space we just worked into. So this is the treble crochet stitch we worked into this chain space. Right, so we are going to work another treble crochet into the same chain space that we just worked into. So yarn over twice, hold your yarn, insert your hook into the same stitch space that we just worked into, grab your yarn, pull through. We've got 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. So here we worked 2 treble crochets into 1 chain space. Okay, now we'll be working 1 double crochet into the next chain space. So this space right here, we'll be working 1 double crochet stitch. So we yarn over once, insert your hook into the next chain space, just the front loop. So in this row we basically just worked into the front loop of the chains. Okay, grab your yarn, pull through, work 1 double crochet like so. Okay, and then into the next chain space here, we'll be working 1 single crochet. Okay, so to work a single crochet, you insert your hook directly into that chain space. Okay, just the front loop again, grab your yarn, pull through. We've got 2 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through both the loops. So we worked 1 single crochet, and now as you can see, there's 1 chain space left. Okay, the last chain space left. So here we'll just be working 1 slip stitch. Okay, so you can insert your hook into that last chain space, grab your yarn, pull through and pull through again. Okay, so we worked 1 slip stitch into the last chain space, and this is our upper lip done. And now we'll be doing the lower lip part of the motif. Okay, so we finished the upper lip part of the motif, and now let's do the lower lip part. Okay, so you're just going to turn your project like so. Okay, and we'll be working our stitches in from this direction. Okay, And the last thing we did here was one slip stitch into the last chain space, right? So now once you turn your project like so, okay, into the first chain space, so this one right here, we'll work another slip stitch. Okay, now one thing to notice is that in the upper lip part of this motif, if you remember, we worked into just the front loops of the chain, right? Now in this side, I like to work into the back loops of the chain. Okay, that means just one loop, okay, rather than going through both the loops. So I'll just be working into the back loops. Okay, but again, that's your preference. If you want to work, you know, with both the loops, you can do so. I just feel that in doing the stitches, like, you know, just working into the back loops, it gives a more nicer finish. But again, it's up to you. You can totally try doing your stitches into both the loops as well. Okay, so let's begin the lower lip part. So the first thing, as I said before, is we'll be working one slip stitch into the first chain space, so this one right here. And as I said before, I'll be working into just the back loops. Okay, so this is the front loop of the chain and this is the back loop. Okay, so I'll be just working into the back loop for the entire part of the lower lip. So I'll be working all my stitches into just the back loops. Okay, so I'm just going to insert my hook into the back loop of the next chain space like so, grab my yarn, pull through and pull through again. So I just worked one slip stitch into that chain space. Okay, now next what I'll be doing is work one single crochet into the next chain space. So this chain space here, again I'll be working just into the back loop. Okay, so I'll be working one single crochet stitch. Okay, so I'll just insert my hook into that chain space like so, grab my yarn, pull it through. We've got two loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through both the loops. Okay, so that's one single crochet. Now we'll work one half double crochet into the next chain space. So this one right here, we'll be working one half double crochet. So yarn over once, insert your hook into the next chain space like so, grab your yarn, pull through, three loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through all three loops. Okay, so we just worked one half double crochet. Now see, when you're working these stitches, it might be a little difficult because we worked slip stitches on this side. Okay, if you remember at the beginning, we worked slip stitches all the way on the foundation chain, right? So that's why I had mentioned earlier to not make your stitches too tight. Okay, your chains too tight. So depending on that, you know, if you had made it a little loose, then this row will be much easier to do. Okay, so what did we do now? We did one half double crochet, right? Now the next thing we are going to do is work one double crochet into the next chain space. So this one right here, yarn over once, insert your hook into the next chain space like so, grab your yarn, pull through, three loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through the first two loops, yarn over, pull through the next two loops. So that's one double crochet. Right, we'll be working one double crochet again into the next chain space. Okay, so this is the one that we just worked into here. So we'll be going into the next chain space here and working another double crochet. So yarn over once, insert your hook into that chain space. Again, as I've mentioned before, I'm only working into the back loops. Grab my yarn, pull through, yarn over, pull through two loops, yarn over, pull through the next two loops. So that's one double crochet again. Okay, and then next what I'll be doing is working one treble crochet into the next chain space. So again, this one right here. Okay, I'll be working one treble crochet. So yarn over twice, insert your hook into the next chain space, grab my yarn, pull through, four loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through the first two loops, yarn over, pull through the next two loops, two loops on my hook, yarn over and pull through the last two loops. So that's one treble crochet, right? Now into the next chain space, so this one right here, okay, I'll be working 3 treble crochet stitches together into that chain space, okay. 3 treble crochets, okay, 3 complete treble crochet stitches. So you're going to yarn over twice, insert your hook into that next chain space, grab your yarn, pull through, okay, work 1 treble crochet, okay, and I'm going to yarn over twice again, and then go back into that same stitch space. We want 3 treble crochets into that chain space, okay. Going back into the same chain space, grab my yarn, pull through, complete another treble crochet. So we did 2 treble crochet so far into this chain space, right? We'll need 1 more, so again yarn over twice, right? Insert your hook back into the same chain space, grab my yarn, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's 3 treble crochet stitches, complete treble crochet stitches into this chain space, okay. Now we're almost done with the half part of our lower lip, okay. Now into the next chain space, okay, it might be a little tricky because we worked 3 stitches here, so this one right here, make sure you're not skipping the chain spaces, okay. So this stitch space here, this chain space here, we'll be working 1 treble crochet by itself, okay. So yarn over twice like so, insert your hook into the next chain space, making sure you're not skipping any chain space, okay, and work 1 treble crochet by itself like so, okay. So we worked 1 treble crochet into the next chain space, alright, and into the next one we'll work 1 double crochet. So yarn over once, insert your hook into the next chain space like so, grab my yarn, pull it through, okay, worked 1 double crochet there, and now into the next chain space, so this one right here, I'll be working another double crochet. So just 1 double crochet again into the next chain space like so, okay, and then into the next chain space here we'll be working 1 half double crochet. So yarn over once, insert your hook into the next chain space like so, grab my yarn, pull it through, working 1 half double crochet, okay. And now into this last chain space here we'll be working 1 single crochet, right. And then if you see, we have this sort of last chain here, okay, so we'll just be working 1 slip stitch. So you can just insert your hook into the last chain, grab your yarn, pull through and pull through again, okay. So this is our lip motif complete, okay. Now to end your project, now to end your project, all you need to do is chain 1 and cut off your yarn and sew in the ends, okay. So here I just chained 1, and then I'm going to grab my scissors, leave a little bit of yarn to sew in and cut off the yarn here, okay, and then just pull through, tighten the nose, and then I'll just sew in my ends and I'll be right back. Just sewed in my ends and my lip motif is complete. So you can attach this to your granny squares or to any other project to give it a nice girly touch. So I hope you could follow this tutorial. If you could, please give this video a thumbs up so I know, and subscribe to my channel for more crochet tutorials. And if you have any requests or patterns that you would like to see a tutorial on, please leave them in the comment section below and I'll try my best to make a tutorial for you guys. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day ahead. I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye.